Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here on this Wealth Building Wednesday. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Terry Alford, and I specialize in helping business women build wealth and financial freedom so that we can live, lead, and leave multi-million dollar legacies. I'm the founder and owner of this group as well. And I thank you for being a part of this group. If you are brand new to the group, say hello, say hey, say you are new so that we can welcome you. If you've been in this group for a while, that's okay. Say hey too. say hello. I was speaking to a lady earlier today, and she was like, I watch your lives. I just don't say anything. I'm like, say something. Because the only way I know, well, I guess that was her way of saying something because she actually told me on the phone. But unless you give me a thumbs up or a heart, I don't know that you're watching. All I know is that someone saw it. But unless you give me a thumbs up or a heart, I do not know that you're watching. So you don't have to be secretive. You can let me know that you're watching. If I say something good, say that's good. If something resonates with you, that's okay. Like let's start a conversation. Let's make this a little bit more conversational and give dialogue in the comments. Tonight, our topic is infinite banking right for you? Is infinite banking right for you? Some people call it infinity banking. Some people call it becoming your own bank. Is that the right move for you? And we're going to speak about it on tonight. Last week, we spoke about infinite banking 101, just understanding some very elementary concepts as it pertains to infinite banking. But because every case is different and each person has a different goal and they come with different circumstances, it's best to see how an infinite banking plan would look or work for you on an individualized basis. I do not believe that there's a one size fit all solution. As a financial consultant, as a licensed financial professional, I truly believe that in order for you to be financially free, you must know exactly where you are and where you want to be. And that takes some work. That takes some research. That takes some digging. That takes a SWOT analysis. That takes a financial needs analysis. And we need to do that in order to make sure that we find the right product and or service for you. So, when you are considering an infinite banking, oh, by the way, let me back up. As you are thinking about whether or not this is the right plan for you, I also want you to think about if this is the right time. Infinite banking is an amazing concept. I do participate in it myself. I actually have 3 life insurance policies. And one specifically is for the infinite banking concept. And all 3 of them have something called accelerated living benefits. So, if I do become ill with a critical, chronic, or terminal illness, I can make sure that I am able to access a lump sum of money to take care of my needs. This is important to me, incredibly important to me as a single woman because I'm independent, okay? And if I do not make money, if I am not showing up for my business at this state of the game, my business is not going to generate the same amount of income. And so I am in a position in which I'm working to grow and scale my business as well as some of you are. And I know that in order for me to be responsible, I must have that emergency fund for my emergency fund. And I have a key person policy on myself. A key person policy because I'm the key person in my business. If I become ill, I need to be able to use that money to make sure that my staff is paid. I have to make sure my employees are paid. I do not want them to suffer financially because I may be suffering an illness. That's not fair, right? And so I have to have things like this in place as business owners, as private practitioners, as entrepreneurs. We must be responsible with our money But we have another level of responsibility when we have people that are depending on us. So even though I am independent in my personal life, in my business life, I do have two teammates that I need to make sure I pay on a regular basis. So that's why I have a key person policy. If you're like, Terry, this sounds amazing. Everything that you're saying on this call is something that I want to do, I want to contribute to, but I don't know how much I can afford. We need to have a conversation. As I'm talking about infinite banking and ways that you could save for retirement, you may be at a place where you're like, okay, well, I want to retire from my business in the next 10 years. That's awesome. That's great. Or you may want to retire from your job in the next 2 years or in the next 6 months. Awesome. Can you do that comfortably? That's a question that only the numbers can answer. And so if you need assistance going through your numbers and finding out what is the actual number you need to have in your retirement nest egg to be able to be truly retired, then we need to have a consultation. You can book a consultation using the information in the comment section of this video. I'll make sure to put that there. If you're like, okay, Terry, well, I want to make more money so that I can contribute more to my exit strategy, so that I can contribute more to my retirement plan. I just am in a place in which I want more cash flow. Then please reach out to me. I'm actually doing something very, very, very special in this season, and I am offering 90 days of unlimited coaching. Yes, you heard me. At first, I was like, no, I can't do this, but I feel like this is what God is leading me to. So in this season, I said I'm being obedient. I will do the 90 days of unlimited coaching. So if you are interested in that, not those 90 days of unlimited coaching to help you elevate your credibility, your cash flow, your mindset, your money, your movement, the things that you need to really take your influence, your impact, and your income to another level. You can type in interested in the comment section of this video, and I will reach out to you. Bless me, Lord. He's been blessing me, but bless me. If you want to bless me, just put bless me in the bless you in the comment section, okay? And I would take those blessings, okay? So infinite banking. Back to our topic tonight. Whether or not infinite banking is a good financial strategy for you depends on your individual financial goals, your circumstances, and your preferences. You're going to hear some people say that it's a great thing to do. You'll hear other people say that they wouldn't put their money there or they wouldn't use their money that way. You have to know what fits your needs, what fits your budget, what fits your circumstances, your preferences, and how you want to use the money. Now, there are some ways in which you can use the infinite banking plan as an alternative to a credit card. I can't remember if I spoke about that last week, but some people actually use infinite banking to put money into the infinite banking account or a cash value life insurance policy, and then they borrow the money in less than a month and then go invest that money elsewhere, but they're still earning money on the money that they originally put in the life insurance policy. It's an amazing thing. If you really want to see how it works, make sure that you schedule a consultation with me, and I will show you what it looks like on paper in real time, what an example would look like for you, so you can make an informed decision if it's something that you want to participate in. So the factors that you should consider when evaluating whether or not infinite banking is a suitable approach for your financial situation are financial goals, risk tolerance, cash flow, time horizon, alternative investments, tax considerations, insurance needs, professional advice, and the cost of insurance. Let's break all of those down. Okay, let's break all of those down. So let's first start with financial goals. Again, in order for you to know exactly, in order for you to be financially free, you must know exactly where you are and where you want to be. I've been saying that for the past few years. That's my phrase. You have to do the math. You have to make sure that the math is mathing. You have to make sure that the math is making sense. Let me be honest. I met with one of my, I was about to say favorite. Well, I'll be honest, she's a fave. One of my favorite clients on Saturday. And when I met with her, we start digging deeper into her financial goals than ever before. And the reason we start digging even deeper is because she wanted to know if her company did another mass layoff and she did not make the cut, does she need to get another job, or does she have enough money to live comfortably for the rest of her life, because she's almost 59 and a half. Now, she made the first cut. They did a massive job of laying people off in this month, but she wanted to know, like, do I have enough? Am I okay? Will I be okay? So we did an estimate of what she would get in Social Security. We looked at what she has at her former employer. And as far as a pension is concerned, we looked at her current employment retirement plan, which is a 401k. She has a fixed index annuity with me. And we looked at how that's supposed to perform. We also looked, she has an index universal life policy. Like, she has the things, but she wanted to know how long can she be comfortable. And the truth of the matter was, when we got ready to do her numbers, I said, well, you know what? I know all the things that you have, but let's look at all of the money that you spend and what you think you will spend when you retire. So we did a retirement needs analysis. Are you going to be paying a mortgage? Are you not going to be paying a mortgage? I mean, we went so deep to how many times do you get your hair done a month? And she was like, well, I get my hair done twice a month, but I'll knock that down to one. And I spend this much eating out, but I'll knock that down. Like, we actually went through those things. And what we discovered is, even if she doesn't make the cut, but she will make the cut because we're not naming and claiming it. But even if she doesn't make the cut, she is going to find something that she's passionate about to help her generate income until she reaches the age of 62, because that's the true age that she wants to be when she retires, and she wants to have a much better cushion than what she has now. So your financial goals are important. And sometimes people avoid looking at their numbers because they really don't want to see what's there. They really don't want to know how much they're spending. But I'm telling you, it is a game changer. If you need someone to partner with you and help you do that analysis, that's what I'm here for. That's why we're building wealth as business women. We're doing it together. We're talking about the mindset that you need so you can be ready, so you can be mentally ready. I went to a luncheon today that was hosted by the beautiful Stacy, right? She had an amazing luncheon on today, and she spoke about mental health. And mental health is equivalent to our brain health. So if we're not mentally healthy, our brain is not healthy either. And so some people get anxiety when they think about money. Some people become very fearful. They start shaking, they get nervous. And I discovered with my client, whom is amazing, she was like, I don't operate looking at my numbers because it's depressing. And I was like, it's depressing. I don't want you to be depressed. She was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm like, okay, well, that's what I'm here for. Let's do it together. So again, if you're trying to determine if banking is the right thing for you, you need to make sure you are doing a thorough analysis of your financial goals. The second thing is you need to understand your risk tolerance. Okay. Understand your risk tolerance. If you're someone who is looking to get a great amount of return tomorrow, you want to invest $200 today and have $2 million on tomorrow, literally tomorrow, the infinite banking plan is not the plan for you, because the infinite banking plan is going to take some time. You need to actually let the money sit and marinate. Even if you borrow money against yourself, if the account is credited every year, then guess what? You're going to get the gains every year. If you use an index that is credited monthly, then you'll get monthly credits, but your credits are going to be smaller because you're trying to do them like really, really quickly. So when I think about using financial products that take a little bit longer for me to get a return, I think about them being safe. And I also think about the long term goal. So, again, if you want something super quick, like you put 200 in today, you got 2 million tomorrow, this is not the plan. It doesn't work like that. Most things do not work like that. And if it does work like that, then that means that it's a very risky product, because just like you can have a great reward, you risk losing everything that you put in. Let's take the casino, for example, right? You could go to the casino, spend $2 and win 2 million. Technically, it's possible. But if you keep trying again and again and again and again, you can risk losing everything you have just because you're trying to get a great reward in a short amount of time. That's how investments work. So if you cannot afford to lose any money right now, you do want to look at indexed accounts. You do want to look at private banking accounts. You do want to look at secured funds account. You don't want to put your money into risky products. So if you are a moderate investor or a conservative investor, infinite banking could be a great solution for you. Again, if you're looking for something where you can put in $200 today and win 2 million by midnight, this is not that. Don't let someone tell you that it is, because if they do, then that's the one you should, flee from, because they may not be licensed and tell you that. Because if we're licensed and we don't tell you the truth, then we could get in trouble. And I like my license. I love what I do. Okay. Cash flow. Let's speak about cash flow. So if you are in a place where you need most of the money that you're living off of, then you want to be careful about how much you put into your plan. Now, some infinite banking policies with certain insurance carriers, you'll have access to your money technically within 2 weeks. So you can actually borrow the money right after you've put it in. I wouldn't recommend that unless you have a succinct strategy and you have someone showing you how to use this policy as an alternative to a credit card. Okay. If you are using a traditional index universal life policy, you need the money to stay in for a little time, a little while before you get the true returns. But the returns that you get are absolutely amazing. It's worth it. It's like this. So I like barbecue. I like cooking. I like chicken. So let's say chicken. Let's take barbecue chicken. Okay. So let's say if you like barbecue chicken, put barbecue chicken in the chat. If you like chicken, if you like cooking, put cooking in the chat. We may have to have a potluck or something, or we may have to, support your business. I don't know. Maybe you're a caterer. Put cooking in the chat. Okay. Put cooking in the comment section. So here's the thing with cooking. Let's say we're cooking some barbecue chicken. I can literally take the chicken out of the pack, wash the chicken. You got to wash the chicken. If people are not washing the chicken, then you may not. If you don't wash your chicken, make sure you're washing the chicken, okay? So when you take the chicken out of the pack, you wash the chicken, and then you put it on the grill. It's going to be nice. It's going to have that grilled taste. But it's not going to be as great as if you took the chicken out of the bag and you wash the chicken and then you season the chicken and then you put the cold chicken in the refrigerator to let the seasoning like soak in and marinate the chicken. When you get ready to put that on the grill, that's another type of chicken. It is so much better, because you gave it time to marinate. Like that's how you want to see these strategies. You give the accounts time to marinate, then you can have a greater return. So again, if you're looking for something like super quick, yeah, it could be used There is a strategy for it, and it can be used to do a lot of things. But again, if your cash flow is small and you're not disciplined, this may not be the right plan for you to start with today. It could be a plan or a strategy you start with later. So you may say, instead of you doing a dump in, like I have a client or a prospective client who's looking to put in a lump sum of 40,000 to start her plan. Well, she can afford to have that money be in the account. She can afford it. And she can afford to have money added to that account monthly. Well, here's the thing. If your cash flow is not where it needs to be, but you want the infinite banking plan because you want to be able to get a return on top of your return, you want to be able to borrow money and still make money on the money that you borrowed, like still, you like, I need an infinite banking plan. Then you may just need help with your cash flow. And if you need help with your cash flow and you're a businesswoman, then you may be interested in my 90 days unlimited coaching so that I can help you get your cash flow up. So in 2024, you will be able to have more money to put into the things that you want to use to help you reach your 6-figure retirement goal and your other financial goals. Time horizon. Time horizon is another thing. We kind of spoke about timing before, but I want you to think about this. I have a client who has a little girl, and her little girl is paying, well, her little girl's not paying, but on the baby's plan, on the baby's policy, she has a premium of $500 per month. When this child turns 18, she's going to be getting over $53,000 a year, which is going to total $212,000 for her when she reaches adulthood. $212,000 can make a big difference. Now she's one, so that's 17 years of this money sitting, growing, like marinating. This chicken is marinating. It's getting good, right? When she turns 18, she's going to have access to over $212,000. That money can be used for anything. She can borrow the money and pay it back, or it can be taken out of her death benefit, which in that particular case, her death benefit is over, let's see, it's over 500,000 at that moment. So, do you have the time? Do you have the cash flow? If you want to start the plan with whatever your budget is, maybe your budget right now is $200 per month. Start the plan with $200 per month and do not touch it. Okay, don't put in 200 and then try to take out the no. If you really want to put in a lump sum and then take out a lump sum, it works better. But if you put in 200, that's not a lump sum, that's a monthly premium. Okay, there's nothing wrong with paying a monthly premium. That's actually how most people start with these plans. But have a good understanding that if this is a strategy you want to use, you need to be prepared to have cash in other places as well. So we talked about cash flow, we talked about time horizon, risk tolerance, financial goals. And the other thing that we need to talk about is alternative investments. There may be other ways that you want to use your money, and you want to take a holistic picture of everything that you want to do. The worst thing is when someone invests into a product and then they have something called buyer's remorse. That's horrible. And as a financial consultant, I will ask, are there any other things that you are considering to use for your retirement plan? How much are you putting in your 401k, your 403b? Are you looking to rent out your home? What are the things that you are planning to invest in so you can make sure that your money is going in the right places? Okay, so you want to take a look at that. You want to take a look at the tax considerations. The amazing thing is we do not pay taxes on loans. Since we do not pay taxes on loans, when you borrow money against your infinite banking policy, guess what? You don't have to pay taxes on that money as income. So if you borrow all that money, you don't have to pay taxes on it. That's a big deal. Now, I will say I am not a tax strategist. I am not a tax professional. So I do encourage you to meet with your tax strategist or your tax professional. Hey, let's meet together. I would love to meet your tax strategist or your tax professional. And if you don't have one, I'll be happy to refer you to one. But you do want to take the tax considerations into consideration as well. Next, you want to look at your insurance needs. When you're really doing an infinite banking plan, your goal is not to have a high amount of death benefit with these plans. Your goal is to have the least amount of life insurance possible so that you can have the most cash value. If you are truly trying to use this for infinite banking plan. Now, if you're like, well, I want the best of both worlds, Terry, I need a high death benefit and I need a high cash value. You may want to get more than one policy in order to make that happen, but just know that you got to take into consideration your insurance needs. You also have to take into consideration your health and how much you could be approved for. If you have certain pre-existing conditions, you will not be able to be approved for infinite banking plan. So then you either have to give your child an infinite banking plan and y'all share the proceeds, or do it with your spouse and y'all share the proceeds, or you have to look at another option. For example, if someone has congestive heart failure, you are able to get a final expense policy, but you are not able to get approved for an infinite banking policy with congestive heart failure. That's an example, okay? Now, some people may say, well, Terry, what about high blood pressure? Or what about hypothyroidism? Or what about asthma? Like you can get approved with those types of things. Even with diabetes, though, you want your diabetes to be regulated. Regulated. You want it to be controlled. So if you know that you want an infinite banking plan and your health is not the best, take the last quarter of this year to focus on increasing your cash flow, but also making sure your health is such that you don't have to worry about getting declined. You don't want to get declined because of your kidney levels, or you don't want to get declined because your A1C is too high, and then you're like, dang, I really wanted this plan. So your insurance needs and your health are other considerations in determining if infinite banking is right for you or right for you at this moment. There's a lot of year left, even though it doesn't feel like it. There's a lot of year left, right? You can make a complete transformation in the last 90 days of your health so that you can get this infinite banking plan that you want. I told you I have 3 policies, so I got it, and I got it as soon as I could and as much as I could, because I don't know what my health is going to look like in the future. But as long as I can get a preferred rate, that means the cost of my insurance is low, and I will never be as young as I am today. So I got covered before I turned 33. I got 3 policies before I turned 33. Okay? Professional advice. Seek professional advice from a licensed professional. I do not mean any harm when I say this, but just because someone has an insurance license does not mean that they can tell you about infinite banking. Just because somebody has an insurance license does not mean they understand all insurance products. Some people specialize in one area and that's their lane. So if that's their lane, do not go to someone who does not have support in that lane. For example, let's say you have someone who is only operating with term policies. If they only serve clients with term policies, they may not be the best person. Actually, they won't be the best person to ask about the infinite banking plan. If they don't offer it, they don't know about it, they can't really answer your questions truthfully. Now, if you are working with someone who, let's say they specialize like me, I specialize in index universal life policies and indexed annuities, IRAs, self-employed IRAs. Like I love those. That's my jam. Now, can I do term? Yes, I can do term. I offer term too. Can I do final expense? Yes, I have some final expense carriers. I can offer that too. But IUL and annuities, IRAs, executive bonuses, business succession planning, retirement plan. That's my jam. That's my lane. Infinite banking, love infinite banking. But here's the thing. Again, if you are speaking to someone who only specializes in selling $20,000 final expense policies and you start asking them about infinite banking and they're like, I don't know what that is, do not be surprised, and do not only take what they say into consideration. Find someone who is licensed, but also someone who has experience with these types of plans. Even if they are still learning how to perfect themselves in the infinite banking world, they need to still be able to access these products and access help. I am a broker. I'm a broker with, well, I own TNA Financial Group, but I've partnered with other entities to help me be able to have access to more resources and more products and services for my clients. One of the companies that I am so glad to be attached to is a company that is like the agency of agencies of agencies, right? And within that huge organization, I am able to have support in areas where I may not be the expert. So if I have someone that comes to me and say, okay, Terry, I need a a guarantee issue policy. I'll say out of all of my clients, I have maybe 8% of them that have a guarantee issue policy. So I do know about it. It's an area I can help people in, but that's not my jam. It's not my jam. So what I may do is I may go to one of my business partners, or I may go to someone within an organization and say, hey, I only saw these two options. Is there another option? When you are seeking professional advice, you want to meet with a licensed professional, but you want to meet with someone who is true, honest, a person of integrity, and they are direct. Again, like I told you, when it comes to the tax considerations, I will tell you, I am not a tax professional. I am not a cryptocurrency expert. You want to invest in cryptocurrency? Don't ask me what to invest in. That is not my area. That is not my jam. That's not my expertise. But if you go to a person who says they do all things, they know all things, you do not want a podiatrist working on your brain if you need brain surgery. You don't want it. You don't want it. You do not want you do not want a chiropractor helping you with your eye problems. No, you don't want it. So you want to go to people who specialize in those areas. I specialize in retirement planning, planning for your future, using life insurance while you're living. So with final expense products, I do have those products, but that is not, again, that's not my jam. If I have someone that needs help in the area and I have a product for them, great, I will offer it. If I run into an issue where I'm like, well, it doesn't look like I have anything other than this, I go seek help. If you are a businesswoman, if you are listening to this call and you're like, I feel like I need to know everything in order to be able to reach my financial goals, I'm telling you tonight, you do not. There's not one person who is the source of all knowledge. If you are a person who believes that you know everything, you do not know enough. No one person knows everything. So that's why no matter how many videos you watch on TikTok, YouTube, and all of that, you still need to see a licensed professional. All right. You also want to look at the cost of insurance, because even though you may be able to be approved for an infinite banking plan, if your health is such that you are borderline being declined, you won't see the growth that you want to see, because you're going to be almost declined. Or if you are 75 years old and you want to start with infinite banking, you can hang it up, because it's not an option for you. So these are the considerations you want to take when you are thinking about, is infinite banking right for you? I will be more than happy to earn your business. I will do a financial needs analysis. I'll do a financial consultation to help you see if it is right for you in your situation. I just gave you some easy, simple things to look at, but to be honest, we have to dive deep into your individual situation to know if it is indeed the right thing for you. Chicken. I see somebody said chicken. Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Thank you for being here tonight. Lisa said cooking. You like to cook, Lisa? I like to cook, Lisa. I like to eat too. So yes, I see we got some people who like cooking. What I am not able to see is all the comments here, but I probably will when I end this live. If anyone have any questions, go ahead and put your questions in the comment section of this video. I do want to answer your questions, even if you're watching the replay. Put hashtag replay in the comment section so that I can respond to you and make sure if you do have any questions, I can get those answered. I thank you all very much for being here. This is our new time, 7 o'clock. Wednesday nights, we have our Wealth Building Wednesday, and we're speaking about things to help you on your wealth building goal, things that pertain to your mindset, your money, and the movements that you are making in your business. On tonight, for the next couple of days, you will see me going live. Okay, you will see me going live on social media. I want to tell you where to find me and how to find these videos. So there's a special live on tomorrow, that is only for women in the Business Women Building Wealth group. If you want people to watch that live with you and you want to invite them to that live, if you want to invite your team, your business partners, your friends, your goal friends to it, you need to go to jointerry.com. Send them to jointerry.com so that they can be in the group, so that they can watch the live. Tomorrow night, we are going to speak about how having a virtual assistant can help you be more productive in your business. Who is ready to hit new levels in 2024? Oh, I am. And guess what? In order for you to reach new levels in 2024, the last quarter of 2023 is going to matter. It's going to matter. It's like when you were in high school. Before high school, when you were in middle school, when you were in the 8th grade, it really mattered what you did in the 8th grade, because what you did in the 8th grade determined what type of classes you would be taking in the 9th grade and in the 10th grade. You don't start thinking about college in the 12th grade. If you start thinking about college in the 12th grade, you're already behind. I was an 8th grade science teacher and a 6th grade talented and gifted teacher. And I used to make sure that my children, my scholars, I called them my babies, I called them all of that. I wanted to make sure that they understand if you want to become an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, an entrepreneur, whatever it is that you want to be, it starts now. In my class now, in my 8th grade science class now, in your 8th grade math class now, in your 8th grade writing class now, because it's going to determine what the other classes are going to look like, what the other 4 years are going to look like. So if you want to make sure that the next 4 quarters in your life are much greater than the 4 quarters you had in this year, then it's time for you to do either some things differently or do some things that are working really well, but just do them more consistently. This has been a great week of income for me. I actually am pretty darn excited about this week. And even with that, I had to go back and do my numbers and say, wait a minute. This was a great week. If I did this every week in 2024, oh my gosh, when I did the numbers, I said, what? So now my goal is to make sure that everything that I do in the last quarter of this year, from October to December, is going to help me be able to do what I did this week every single week in 2024. If you need help with that, it's time that you reach out. It's time that you reach out. Again, I'm doing 90 days of unlimited coaching. If you are interested, make sure you put interested in the comment section of this video. You can also send me a DM. I have had some people send me DMs, and I'm like, okay, that works too. That works too. So I thank you again for watching this live. I have one more thing to share. On Friday, I have another special treat. Now, I will be going live, but on that live on Friday, is going to be a live with one of our guest speakers for our luncheon on October the 28th. We are going to have our second Business Women Building Wealth luncheon. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait. For you to experience the things that we have planned for you. It's going to be amazing. There will be on the spot financial consultant, on the spot business coaching, on the spot networking, on the spot leveling up. There will be inspiration, motivation, and some really amazing surprises. But one of our speakers is going to be live with me, and she's going to speak about creative benefits for CEOs. So if you are working your job as a way to fund your business, but you're getting to a point where you're thinking about leaving your job and you don't know what your benefits will look like or what your benefits should look like, guess what? You need to be on that live Friday at 5 o'clock Central Time. I will be live on my personal Facebook page, my LinkedIn page, and then my new and emerging YouTube page. If you have employees and you want to make sure that you retain your top talent, you want to make sure that you keep your employees and you do not lose them to a competitor, you want to be on that live. And you want to be at the Business Women Building Wealth Luncheon. You want to be there on October the 28th. You can go get your tickets at jointerry.com/luncheon. There are a few more days. We only have a few more days left in September. If you are not able to be there, I'm sorry, I wish you could be there. But if you are not able to be there, but you want to purchase an ad, you have 4 days left to purchase your ad to have an ad in our program to market your business. I'll put the link for that in the comment section of this video as well. 4 days to pay, and then I'm getting rid of the link. That's it. And you must send me a copy of your ad as a PDF and a PDF and a PNG or JPEG, so we can make sure that all the ads have the same quality in our program, because we like high quality things. The luncheon is going to be a high quality luncheon. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be at a beautiful wedding venue in Hurst, Texas, which is right outside of Dallas, Texas. If you are far from Hurst, it's worth the drive. If you are flying, it's worth the flight, okay? If it's next door to you, it's worth the walk. I thank you again for watching this live, and I hope you all have an amazing and incredible rest of the week. Adios.